Hi, this is Logan from logansrunthepodcast.com, and this is another one of our video tutorials. Today we're going to be looking at creating simple intros and outros using sound editors for use with your podcast. The program I use is Audacity, which is a free sound editing program, and you can find Audacity at audacity.sourceforge.net. It is available for use with Windows machines. There are a bunch of other sound editing programs out there as well. You can buy Adobe's Audition. You can also, if you have a Mac, you can use GarageBand. But for this show, I will be using Audacity. And right here is the basic Audacity interface. Well, what you need for intros and outros is you can do it any style you want. Now, the simple rule of thumb is if your podcast is 1 hour long, you want about a 60-second intro. If you have a 30-minute podcast, you want about a 30-second intro. Now, this isn't written in cement, but this is what keeps most listeners' attentions. I have heard some shows that have, for a 1 hour show, they have a 4-minute intro, and it just caused me to want to turn that show off. So you want to keep it to a degree that you will actually keep the listener's attention. And how I do my particular intros, I host 2 different shows, is I normally have about a 45-second musical introduction, and about 20-30 seconds in, I have my announcer Tiffany. She comes in with some pre-recorded dialogue, and then we close out with more music. So today I'm going to show you how to incorporate 2 different tracks, a musical track and the dialogue track together. And what I have them saved right here on my desktop. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go up and you have all your main commands up at the top of Audacity. And with the newer version of Audacity, you go to Projects, and here we see all the different commands here. We want to import audio. It opens up the screen here, and you can go to wherever you have it. If you have it in some files, a lot of times I keep everything in my podcasting files. In this particular case, I have it on the desktop. So we want to come down and we want to find the audio clip Stargate Universe intro music. Now, whenever you're using intro music, do not use copyrighted music. This clip that I have here is a fan-created version of the Stargate Universe theme. Since it was fan-created, it is a alternative type music. It is free and it's safe for use. And what we have is we have about a 45-minute clip. Previously, and you can find other videos to teach you how to do this, I had taken and I had actually did a fade out with it. And what I did there is I highlighted that section of the clip, and I went up to the effects command, and here you have a bunch of different effects up here. And one of them is fade out. Now I'm not going to fade out any further since I already have it done. But what that does is that goes from the music and it slowly closes the music out. If you used fade in at the beginning of it, you would go from silence and slowly rise up into the musical theme. But that is already done. What the second thing you want to do here is we're going to now import our other piece of audio. And what this is my announcer Tiffany, who uses a Mac, she created this on with her GarageBand. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mute out the first piece so you can hear what her dialogue is. We're just going to play it here, and you'll be able to hear what it sounds like without music in the background.
Welcome to Logan's Run, the Stargate Universe. Here, your hosts Logan, Dr. Rob White, and George bring you news and reviews from Sci-Fi's new series, Stargate Universe. Now here's your host, Logan.
That's Tiffany, my announcer, doing the dialogue part. Now, one of the things we see right down here is we see that there's a lot of dead space, dead air there. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top, and up here is our selection tool. And this is what you can highlight with. I'm going to come down here to this section, and I'm going to clip and highlight this section here. We're then going to come up to this scissor, which is a cut tool, and as you notice, it's going to remove that section. So here we have these 2 clips, and if I were to play them both right now, you would hear the music and you'd hear Tiffany speaking over the music, and the music's going to blow her away. What we have to do is you want to find where you want to insert your dialogue. What we have here is we have a tool right here, and this is the time shift tool. By clicking on this, I can move a audio selection anywhere around in the timeline. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this to about 20 seconds. Right here is the 20-second mark. We're going to try to line that up pretty much as best as we can here. And it looks like it's pretty well lined up at 20 seconds. What that will do is that will play for about 20 seconds. You'll then hear Tiffany come in. She speaks for about 15 seconds. And then you have about another 10 seconds of audio music after that to close out the introduction. When you have everything set right, and we can play it if you wanted to hear that everything's set right, you can line things up with the magnifying glass to see where things are. And actually, I think I'm going to clean it up a little bit here. And we have this clip here. We're just going to edit that out a little bit. Go back up to the cut tool. I can then take this and move it around a little bit. And there, we're pretty well lined up with 20 seconds here. And we can get back out. There, we're back at our normal timeline. What you want to do then, once you're done making sure everything's set the way you want, and you can bring in as many clips as you want. I've seen some shows that have done sound effects in the background over music, and then you have different dialogue clips from TV shows. Be as creative as you want making your outros and intros. But once you're done, you want to come up to the file and then come back down, and you have a bunch of commands here. You can save your project. You can export as a WAV file, which we're going to talk about that for another show. It's a very useful tool for using for another show. But for this simple one right here, we're going to export as an MP3. We're then going to take and change the name. And I'm listing it as Stargate Universe Intro. And save it. I'm saving it to my desktop. If you want, you can fill in the title, the artist, the album name, stuff like that. I normally do that for my podcast, but not for the intro clips. And there you go. It is now exporting the entire project as an MP3. And as you can see, we now have that over here on our desktop. And we're going to play it right now to see how it sounds.
Welcome to Logan's Run, the Stargate Universe. Here, your hosts Logan, Dr. Rob White, and George bring you news and reviews from Sci-Fi's new series, Stargate Universe. Now here's your host, Logan.
And that is my finished intro for my Logan's Run, the Stargate edition. Well, this has been Logan with another one of our video tutorials. You can find all of our video tutorials at www.logansrunthepodcast.com and also at www.talkshoesupport.com. Well, until next time, you have a great day.